And I'm Ashley.
And I'm Edie. I'm Matt.
And this is Max,
our dog.
And we are
the
Balloon
Adventures!
That's actually right.
Please subscribe to follow our journey.
Thanks for joining us again. We've got some progress on the van, so we've been working quite hard these last few weeks. And
We really have. Well, you really have.
Yeah, I've been trying to get in as many hours as I can, but it's still been a little bit touch and go. It seems a little bit in some areas 2 steps forward, 1 step back.
Very much.
But
yeah.
yeah.
It's beginning to look like a camper van because oh, we have lights.
Muchos lightings!
And we have
So yeah, we managed to clad in the ceiling, which is brilliant, most of it.
on my tiptoes.
I'll shrink down like that. There we go.
You don't need to do that. It's just when we're standing, because we're usually in the front.
We are, aren't we? So we don't have to worry about this sort of thing. And we got a new camera as well, and the autofocus
And we keep
is going
looking at
absolutely
one way and another. So if it looks like our eyes are all over the place, it's because we
there's
are.
a screen there now, and we're not used to it because we've been filming on a GoPro. So now we're like that. As we're
That's
actually
pretty much
filming.
what you like anyway.
Yeah, being a bit gormless. Anyway. So yeah, so we managed to, we've got 4 lights down the centre of the van.
I'll come up.
And we've also got cabling in for cabinet lights, and we chose the colour of the cladding as well. We ordered 4 samples.
Have we got it in here?
No, it's in there, but we'll show you quickly. We got an Osmo oil and then some Fiddes Hard Wax Oil in different finishes, different colours, till we found the one that most
Shall I hold it with our
most complemented the floor that we've got. Yeah.
So this was the sample that we got and we loved it. So
that's what we rolled with. Yeah, that's what we went with in the end.
Here.
Yeah. So that's the actual.
That's the colour.
Finish of the wood.
Oh,
looks quite yellow in this light, doesn't it? And that's the.
If I go
floor.
like that, it looks a bit better, doesn't it?
Yeah. So we just think that they complement each other quite well.
It does look a bit yellowy, but it's not. Maybe it's the light.
It's the warm white of the light.
Yes. And I got to do something really fun.
Very exciting.
And I ordered tiles for our kitchen. I'm not going to bore you with all 36 different ones that I got, but I got 3 to show you. Look at these. Aren't they just incredible? That's one. Hold on, obviously. And then I'll put that one up too.
Boy, grande.
How cool are they?
Very, very cool.
Very excited about the tiles because I think whereas Ash is really good at all the van stuff, I'll be more
hitting bits of wood with a big hammer. Yeah.
I'll be more making it look pretty. I saw these beautiful tiles on Etsy and you got 36 different, oh, nearly break them. You got
33 now, they've just smashed 3.
You got 36 different tiles. Some of them are slightly smaller, but
yeah,
we've kind of figured out what we're
just
going
by a
to
couple
do.
of millimetres, there's slight differences in the sizes, but it's not going to matter.
Makes it fun.
Yeah,
Nothing's
it's going to be even
straight
more rustic,
in
so that's
here,
okay. Yeah,
so
there's not a straight edge in this whole van. I think whoever designed it at Mercedes must have loved drawing curves because yeah.
And you've been having we've been having some fun putting the cladding in because there were some points that are on more of a curve that just didn't want to slot into place. So
yeah, we got biggest stickers.
Just keep going like that.
Anyone who's a bit of a Monty Python fan will understand that one. But yeah, so we were hitting them with the biggest stickers to get the tongue and groove for the tongue to enter the groove as it does with the wood in the van. Yeah. Yeah, so that's come along nicely. We've also been framing out the rear windows.
Yeah, with some scaffolding planks.
Yeah, some old, like, really antique, really old, reclaimed scaffolding boards that we actually got to do shelves in our kitchen and also build the girls a mud kitchen in the garden. So we've
broken that up.
Yeah, they didn't tend to play with it after a while. So yeah,
I
that's
used to
been
take everything
broken up.
off the kitchen and play with it on the floor.
On the floor or on the table, like the patio table and chairs.
Yeah,
so we're slowly getting there, which is really good. And I've got a little video that I've just taken of the skylights, making the skylights
I was just about to say
really
about
flush.
that.
Yeah.
About whether you wanted to show while I was...
Oh yeah, go on then. So quickly, so this is...
Is it that way first?
It doesn't matter, either way.
So that closes it, so at night time.
It's a blackout blind.
That's the one. And then this one is the fly screen.
So yeah, so that still lets all the light and the air through, but stops all the flies and
But you've just put
mosquitoes. Yeah, so I've just put these around. And I've got them really, I hope it's focusing in on that, but I've got it really nice and flush. And I'll go into a little bit more detail on how I did that in a video now. So we have got a bit of progress on the van. It does seem a little bit 2 steps forward, 1 step back. But something which has worked really well, which I'm really pleased about, is I originally battened out the ceiling ready to put the tongue and groove up there, which is what we've got on the roof right now that you can see above my head. I originally battened it out in 18mm wood, so I thought that'd give us a bit of clearance between the insulation and the actual ceiling itself. But what I found was it was too deep, which meant when I tried to get the covers on the skylights, they wouldn't clip in because they were sitting too far away from the frame underneath that they had to clip into. So I had to take all of these battens down that I'd made, re-batten it out in the 12mm ply. But one of the things that I did when I was battening out was I made sure that the battens across the centre were one piece of wood, and they just screwed in at the ends, which then left us with a nice flat finish. So we got a really flush finish all the way round the actual skylights, which I'm so happy about, because if you followed the contour of the van and just put loads of screws following the arc of the van, means that you get a gap here. I also went even further than that, and I'll put a little video in here now to show you how I stopped any bleed through of light around the edge of the cover, which I think is a really good idea, so I'll pass that on to you now. Here's the little video. Yeah, I've just got some Dometic sound acoustic black foam, and what I'm doing is I'm just going to cut off about 12-15mm strips to go around the edge of the skylight. And one, it will provide a tiny bit of sound deadening because there seems to be quite a bit of noise coming through them. But what I'm really doing it for is to stop the light coming through around the edges once the actual cover is on that contains the blinds, the fly screen and the blackout blind. It'll just stop any light bleeding through those edges. So just put that black acoustic foam just along the side of the skylight, and that will sit in between the recess of the outside of the cover and the actual frame that's holding it in place, and that will just stop any bleed through from the light in the night or in the early morning. Okay, so I hope you can see this, that there's now no bleed through of light coming through the slight gap. I mean, it's pretty close anyway, but because I put that little bit of black acoustic foam there, there's no bleed through of light, which is quite nice, and it's a nice snug fit to the ceiling.
Yeah, and we've now completely kind of got our designs ready for the kitchen and for the bedroom. Also, people who have vans already, or if anyone has any ingenious ideas, bins.
Oh yeah, we obviously need a bin in the
need one, but we don't.
Camper, yeah.
We can't put it in a cupboard.
Because we want that cupboard space.
Yeah, and then we can't really have it on show because it looks horrible and they're normally a bit stinky. So we'll obviously get rid of rubbish every day, but we really didn't like it in our old van where you could see it, and it was just kind of the first thing that you saw.
As soon as you slid open the sliding door, there it was, yeah.
So if anyone has any ideas bin wise, pop them in the comments below, because that would be really helpful.
Yeah, that would be great, yeah. And also fridges.
Fridges, yes, we so desperately have been debating 2 fridges. You tell me, because I don't know the names of them. There's fridge 1 and fridge 2. Yeah,
they both look exactly the same. Both got stats that are pretty much exactly the same. But yeah, one's £400 at the minute and one's £560. The main one, I think, is the Dometic CRX50, I think it's called. And that's 559 quid. But Just Kampers, the company, they do their own version, JKF something or other, which is £399, and they both look pretty much the same. Yeah. And the stats on them are, you know, there's nothing in it, so they're both pretty much
But the more expensive one is ones that's been recommended, or that we've seen.
It seems to be the most popular, by quite a long shot. So I think the Just Kampers one though is quite new, so I don't think that's been going for that long. So yeah, if you've got any recommendations on those, then please pop them in the comments, and we'll be happy to hear those. Bin location comments as well. Yeah, cool. Right. Anyway, this new camera's much heavier than the GoPro. My flipping hand's shaking. It's holding it out at full. It's like.
Don't do extreme close-ups.
Oh yeah. Well, let's just leave it there, and we'll leave it there.
The light isn't that forgiving.
It's hugely flattering. Right. So anyway, we're gonna
still keep looking at there instead of there. So sorry.
Anyway,
we'll get better with this camera.
Yes, and thanks very much for checking in again, and we'll see you again soon. Yeah.
Yeah. See you soon.
All right. Cheers.
Bye.
Bye.